Greg Gallagher here, hanging out at the beach on Maui. Drugs? No thanks. I'm a surfer dude. Hang 10. Alright, this is a special report. Alright, now. Okay, this is a chart of the S&P 500, and it goes from like 1996 here to current, to March 2020. And the purpose of this chart, this is my entire reason for teaching people to trade, is to avoid these nasty bear markets. And believe me, folks, with all the money that's been put into the system in the form of debt and the Fed pumping trillions of dollars in, we have the potential for a massive bubble here, and it may be bursting. But what I want to do, I want to show you what happens when you have a bear market. And some of you are new to trading, maybe you're a buy and hold person or whatever, but I have friends who have suffered through these, and I want to this is why I want patrons to help us get the word out, okay? Because it's so important. This is what trading is all about. All right, March 2000, the S&P 500 was 1,553. By October of 2002, there was the peak, and there's the low. It went down to $769, okay, or 769. That's a bear market drop of over 50%. Now, here's the problem. The recovery didn't happen until May 2007. You'll never hear this on TV, okay? The talking heads won't say this, but it took 202% gain to go from here, okay, all the way back up to here in May of 2000, and it took 4.6 years. Now, everybody will talk about this huge 200% rally from here, as if they sold here and bought here. And let me tell you, nobody, not even traders, did that. We got in, okay, but we got in and out and in and out and in and out. I mean, and hey, nobody learned from this one because we had another one. And I can remember being at a Christmas party, okay, in 2008. And I remember people were so excited. The market was this, and I had already knew it had peaked, but I couldn't say anything to people. They wouldn't believe me anyway. They never believe traders. They're like, he's some crazy guy. He day trades. I don't day trade. But here's another bear market. On October 2007, we were at 1,576 on the S&P. We went down in just that short a period of time to 667. That's a 57.7% bear market. Now, the recovery wasn't as long, but it still took a 236% gain in the S&P, and it took 4.1 years. Now, this is the mother of all bubbles, as I like to call it, and I've done another thing where I look at 100-year history, and we always go through these 20-year cycles. It takes about 20 years. And from 1996 to 2000, we're not quite there. We got another one to go through, and we're starting it right now. Now, we've already dropped 30% here. I think it's actually 30 plus percent, okay? And I'm telling you, you're going to have an opportunity because we're going to have a recovery from this, okay? But the chances of it getting back up here and going higher without suffering some sort of radical bear market are very slim, in my opinion, okay? And I remember this one. There was a famous TV personality. I'm not going to mention his name, but I've been in trading rooms with him, chat rooms. He's smart. He's a brilliant guy, but he was buying all the way down here. Do you know the day he got out? He got out of the market and said, sell everything about 2 days before we hit this bottom right here. And I remember it well. but he'll never hear him admit it, okay? Because he's a trader and he's a human being, and we don't like to admit our mistakes, but I didn't suffer any. As a matter of fact, I made money during this period, and I made money during this period. That's what trading is all about, because you can take advantage of these drops, and you're not un-American, you're just making money. So this is really important. I think we could have a 54, and let me tell you, I am being nice. A lot of people think we're going to go clear back down here into the 800s and 900s, and we're going to have a 65 or 75% bear market and a depression that's going to take years. And I'm talking a lot more. This is just if we have a normal bear market. And I'm talking about a really angry bear market here, which is what we have. Why? Because the Fed has intervened in our economy over the last 20 years, and they're still doing it every day. And I don't care who the president is. I don't care how good he is. I think we got a decent president, but it doesn't matter. He can't stop it. Okay? So please tell your friends about this website. Become a patron. You get all these schedules that I do early. It's worth $5 a month. Trust me, folks. All right, let's go on to another one here. All right, Surfer Dude. Yeah, okay. I wanted to show this because this is another way of looking at it, but this is what I'm talking about. Here's where we had the correction, and then we had this sharp V recovery, and that was back in 2000. And I remember I worked at Wellcraft, okay? I was the CFO, and people would come in and say, "Are you buying back into this market yet, Gallagher? What's wrong with you?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not buying into it." And I didn't buy here either, because these recoveries, and they're sharp rallies, and they make you feel good, but it ain't done. It's going to go down here. Why? Because down here, there's despondency and depression, and everybody's sold. Okay? This is much sharper, but this is exactly the same thing. We haven't even had the first recovery here. That's the difference. Okay? Now, when we have this difference, long-term followers of G3 investors are going to say, they're going to hear, get out. Get out of your IRA. Get out of your 401k. Okay? Because that's your last chance. All right? And if I'm wrong and it goes above this, you can get back in. That's the beauty of trading. But can you take a 50, 60, 70% correction and retire in the next few years in your IRA account? If you can do that, ignore me. I'm just your Uncle Greg, the crazy guy, you know? All right, I want to have a little bit of fun here before I go. I just had to share this. Day 5 of the quarantine. I shall call you Wilson. That's a dilly. I want to tell you there. I better call up this thing, not that thing. Oops, oh, that's off. Yeah, this kills me on the swine flu. The swine flu was worse in the United States than where we're at the last time I updated this, but anyway, this is the important thing. Highlight this right here or copy this and put it in your browser and become a patron and tell people about it. Okay? We need to inform as many people as we can, because we could be in for a serious correction here, folks. All right, this is Greg Gallagher. You know the drill. Work is for people that don't surf or trade. Okay? That's Surfer Dude giving you his 2 cents worth. That's about what it's worth. Good trading and good luck.